This is my vlog assignment for consumer behaviour. Consumer behaviour is the study in which we see how us, the consumers, purchase products and why we purchase those specific items, whether that be because of fashion trends or other influences. These influences can include things like social media exposure, where, for example, one's favourite celebrity might show off a product or service, making it look cool or fashionable to their viewing platform. A consumer might purchase products is through advertisement. Adverts will subconsciously sell the product to the consumer by telling them that it is the best product to buy. Internal and external influences are the factors that lie upon a product or service that makes the consumer purchase the product. Internal influences can come from when a customer is needing a certain product for emotional reasons or even cultural, and this can lead to them buying certain products to accommodate for this. External influences can be decided on many different factors, including economic, technological and climate, for example. External influences might include a coat or a woolly jumper when the weather gets colder. The consumer has purchased an item of this description because they have been influenced by the changing climate. Buying situations. There are many different buying situations to why a consumer might choose one product opposed to the other. This is normally discussed in problem solving. Routine problem solving is for more regular purchases which take less decision time to process. These might be impulse purchases, for example. Limited problem solving buying situations are for less frequent purchases but with more deliberate decision processes are normally taking place. These can include more moderately expensive items but do have a more limited risk. Extended problem solving is for extremely infrequent purchases with long-term commitment. These can include serious investments, for example investing in business, stocks, but have a higher risk. The product I'm going to talk about is the PlayStation 4 game FIFA 19. First of all, I needed to think why I wanted to purchase the game in the first place. There are many different reasons to why I purchased the game. One being that I've been part of the brand for the past 8 years, buying all the FIFA games to date. I realised that this was a selling point from the makers of EA, as they keep their consumers buying these products each year. The reason I have repurchased the game is so I can play online with my friends and keep up to date. When coming to purchase the products, I had to make sure that I purchased the item at the cheapest price possible, as living on a student budget. I looked around for the cheapest price, but knew that I wasn't going to be in much luck, as there isn't much difference in price as the game was brand new. I decided to purchase the game from Tesco, as I knew I'd easily be able to return the game and would get benefits from Tesco themselves. This was important to me and therefore meeting my consumer needs. I'm happy with my purchase as I got everything I was after within the game itself. This would be limited problem solving on my behalf, as the item was relatively expensive and inexpensive at the same time. The second product I'm going to talk about is the laptop I had to purchase. I knew I had to make the right decision when purchasing a laptop, as it was an expensive purchase that I was going to have to make. My first thought was to buy an Apple MacBook, as it was my desired laptop and the most popular amongst my age and demographic. I looked around to see where I could purchase the laptop for the cheapest price possible and where I could get the biggest warranty. I decided to purchase the laptop through an independent retailer who gave me the laptop at the best price possible. After purchasing the laptop, I'm very happy with the decision I have made, as it does everything that I need it to do and is simple to use. As a consumer, I didn't fall into the trap of buying the most desirable laptop, but instead the laptop that would be best for me. This would lie under extended problem solving, as it was a relatively expensive item to buy and involved a lot of thinking time to make the decision that I came to. Conditioning. As consumers, we've been conditioned our whole lives. Brands do this by playing with emotions and attaching their products to something that the consumer will create a relationship with, whether that be a mascot or cartoon on the television, for example. A good example of this is John Lewis and their Christmas adverts. John Lewis sell 80% of all their goods in the Christmas period, so it's important that their advert is up to standards. A good example is Coca-Cola and Father Christmas. Coca-Cola actually managed to change the colour of Father Christmas through advertisement in the 1930s and changed him from green to red, being their brand's colours. This has been brilliant marketing for them, as they can use him in all of their adverts and people can associate Father Christmas with Coca-Cola. In front of me we have an example of a purchase cycle funnel. On the left hand side we have a diagram showing this. The first point being problem recognition, which refers to the consumer having a problem that needs to be met, being either a product or service that they require. The next point, information search, is the time spent researching the best outcomes possible. The next point, evaluation of alternatives, is referring to weighing up the different options the consumer might have. And then we come on to the product choice, where the consumer picks the products of their choosing, and then we finally come to the outcome, which will determine if the consumer will repurchase or leave the brand or service at this point.